It isn't only the qualification of being the best writer that will earn a spot on the table of contents. It also must be the best story. After Michelle has gathered the stories to be seriously considered, I read the harvested crop, passing along the best 50, or at least those I liked best, which I like to think is the same thing, to the guest editor, who selects the 20 that are then reprinted, with the other 30 being listed in an honor roll as Other Distinguished Mystery Stories. Sincere thanks are due to this year's guest editor, C.J. Box, the #1 New York Times best-selling author of 27 novels, including the Joe Pickett series. He has won the Edgar Allan Poe Award for Best Novel, Blue Heaven, 2009, as well as an Anthony, a McCavity, a Gumshoe, 2 Berries, and the 2010 Reading the West Book Award for Fiction. His novels have been translated into 30 languages, and over 10 million copies of his books have been sold in the U.S. and abroad. This is an appropriate time to thank the previous guest editors who have done so much to make this prestigious series such a resounding success. Robert B. Parker, Sue Grafton, Ed McBain, Donald E. Westlake, Lawrence Block, James Elroy, Michael Connolly, Nelson DeMille, Joyce Carol Oates, Scott Turow, Carl Hyacin, George Pelicanos, Jeffrey Deaver, Lee Child, Harlan Coben, Robert Crace, Lisa Scottolini, Laura Lipman, James Patterson, Elizabeth George, John Sandford, Louise Penny, and Jonathan Lethem. While Michelle and I engage in a relentless quest to locate and read every mystery/crime/suspense story published, I live in terror that I will miss a worthy story. So if you are an author, editor, or publisher, or care about one, please feel free to send a book, magazine, or tear sheet to me. Care of The Mysterious Bookshop, 58 Warren Street, New York, New York, 10007. If it first appeared electronically, you must submit a hard copy. It is vital to include the author's contact information. No unpublished material will be considered, for what should be obvious reasons. No material will be returned. No critical analysis will be offered, nor an explanation of why a story wasn't selected. If you distrust the Postal Service, please enclose a self-addressed stamped postcard. To be eligible, a story must have been written by an American or Canadian and first published in an American or Canadian publication in the calendar year 2020. The earlier in the year I receive the story, the more fondly I regard it. If it is published near the end of the year, that can't be helped, so please get it to me as quickly as possible. For reasons known only to the dunderheads who wait until Christmas week to submit a story published the previous spring, holding eligible stories for months before submitting them occurs every year, causing murderous thoughts while I read a stack of stories while my friends are trimming the Christmas tree or otherwise celebrating the holiday season. It had better be a damn good story if you do this. Because of the very tight production schedule for this book, the absolute firm deadline is December 31st. If the story arrives one day later, it will not be read. This is neither whimsical nor arbitrary, but absolutely necessary in order to meet publishing schedules. Sorry. Otto Penzler.
Introduction. Written by C.J. Box. Read by Christopher Ryan Grant. Several years ago, I published a collection of my short stories, including a couple of new ones, under the title Shots Fired, Tales from Joe Pickett Country. Although I knew my editor wasn't wild about the idea, and a majority of regular readers would prefer a new Joe Pickett or Cassie Duell novel, the collection did well, and I'm quite proud of it. When I want to gift a book to someone who isn't familiar with my work, I give that person Shots Fired. What did surprise me, and, to be honest, disappoint me as well, were the number of folks I met along the trail who said things like, "Sorry, I don't read short stories," or worse, "I hate short stories, I prefer the real thing." The real thing, of course, meaning full-length novels. I tried to gently persuade the former commenters to give them a try. Short stories done well, I told them, can pack a punch like no other form of writing.